Jay Hammond, Bill Egan. The last governor to see 16,000 new jobs is our current governor, Sean Parnell. Alaska is in the middle of a jobs boom. Since Sean Parnell took office, the Alaska economy has produced some 16,000 new jobs. And you can bet there are more jobs coming. Listen to Jim Huffman, president of a trucking company in Fairbanks.
This year we are buying new trucks, hiring new people. I could put 20 truck drivers to work tomorrow if we could find them. I give the credit to Governor Parnell.
Alaska's economy is back on track. 16,000 new Alaska jobs since Sean Parnell became our governor. That's why Parnell 2014, Box 100719, Anchorage, paid for this message.
Hi, my name is Mike Ferris, President of Alaska Enterprise Solutions. We are the face of Xerox in Alaska. Xerox is a trendsetter, and AES Xerox is following in those footsteps. We are the document management experts, specializing in short-term rentals of copiers and scanners. We have offices in Anchorage and Fairbanks, and we are your Xerox professional agency with Alaska focus and worldwide support. You can reach us at aesalaska.com or 561-5100.
Did you know that one of the state's premier medical facilities is located right in the heart of South Anchorage? Thanks to the Alaska Neurology Center, there's no need to leave Alaska anymore when it comes to treating the nervous system. You'll receive the best care at the Alaska Neurology Center for epilepsy, cerebral palsy, brain injuries, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease, multiple sclerosis, speech disorders, and they offer pain management as well. And if you're having trouble sleeping at night, the Alaska Neurology Center has the best sleep disorder experts in the state. They also have the most sophisticated MRI imaging technology in Alaska. If you need relief from stress or from migraines, relax in their luxurious spa. At the Alaska Neurology Center, their massage therapists are amazing. And they offer hydrotherapy, infrared sauna, hot and cold therapy, and shiatsu massage. And their medical spa also offers facials and waxing. The Alaska Neurology Center, located on Diamond and Old Seward.
Glenn, every once in a while you find a hidden gem right here in Anchorage.
You're talking about the Snow Leopard Boutique.
I am.
Owner Eileen Bear has an amazing eye for beauty.
For decorating ideas, it doesn't get any better than Snow Leopard Boutique.
They have 2,400 square feet of everything you need to beautify yourself and your home.
Glenn, I noticed a calming atmosphere the moment I walked in.
Dan, how about those chocolate truffles?
Yeah, and you can wash them down with a free latte.
The Snow Leopard Boutique.
At the corner of Tudor and Old Seward.
You're on Fagan and Biegel in the morning. Give him a call. You're on with Fagan and Biegel in the morning on the Talk of the Valley, KVNT 92.5 FM, 1020 AM.
6:35 in the AM, September 2nd, 2014. Hope you had a good Labor Day. There's Glen Biegel right over there. Bonnie Cameron sitting right over here. Our number 569-1080. 569-1080. I don't know, Glenn. I know we have to fight for anything that's worth anything in life. I know everything's a struggle. Anything that,
like you and your computers, for instance.
Anything that requires, anything of value requires you have to fight. But I'm just so frustrated with this, with these clown towns in our state that hate the oil industry. Let me tell you what I wrote on the ADN today. And my goal was just to absolutely infuriate the left. I mean, I don't want them to not like me. I want them to think I'm Adolf Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
I want the left to look at me as the most evil man ever to live. I'm so upset with these clown towns. These pea-brained, envy, full of envy, pride. They're just pure, stupid people. These people are stupid. They're pure, stupid people. This is what I wrote. This is a tough one for the death culture crowd, with Walker being pro-life. I would imagine some of you abortion defenders might have to hold your nose and vote for a candidate that values life. The question is, you'll have to ask yourself, do I hate the oil companies enough to temporarily drop my rabid support of the death culture? Choices.
Choices.
Well, of course I'm going to. Well, here's the interesting thing is they've already done it. I don't know if people realize this, but I ran for office back in 1996.
And it was a guy named Mike. I don't remember his last name, but he ran as a Democrat, and he was pro-life.
He ran against you?
Yeah, he ran against me. Well, not against me. I didn't make it through the primary. I lost to Norm Rokeberg. But anyway, he was running as a Democrat, and he went to the Democrat convention, and he said there wasn't a single vote that wasn't 100% to 0%.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There was not a single
party.
time when people would stand up and debate an issue.
Right.
Now, I have been on the Central Committee for the Republican Party, and we disagreed about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all over the map, and you would have, 51-49, regularly. And so what has happened is the Democrats have decided, and this is what fascinates me about this more than anything else, and it's really going to take me a few days, maybe even a few weeks to try and work through. The Democrats have done something very powerful here. They have demonstrated humility. They know that they don't have a prayer as a candidate for governor. That their candidate would not have been selected by more than, 25%, 24%, maybe 27% of the vote. Probably not even that high. And so what they did was they said, we have bigger goals here, bigger aims.
Beat Parnell.
Beating Parnell, beating the oil industry, whatever it is that their aims are. And we're going to set our ultimate desires aside. We are going to allow, because this is not Malott running as the governor candidate. It's lieutenant governor, which really doesn't count.
No, it's an irrelevant position.
It's an almost totally irrelevant position. It has no authority whatsoever because
other than a stepping stone.
The one thing that you do, it's a stepping stone, but even that, it's pretty weak. Fran Elmer didn't become governor, and they ran her hard.
Yeah.
They did everything they could for her.
She got smoked.
And the only reason Parnell became governor, although I think he was probably more qualified than Palin, is because she stepped out.
Well, he did win re-election.
Let him in. Yeah. So anyway, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, here's a party who is able to adapt and change to circumstances. That is so powerful. That is so amazing. And I am impressed with them. I am impressed with people who realize politics is about winning. Politics is about incremental change. Politics is about doing the best that we can. That's what politics is. It's not about a theoretical vote about this or that issue, which has never occurred in the history of the country. It's about this election, this time, right now. How do we win? What's the best we can do? And they fascinate me by that.
You've got two factions that have united. You've got the left, who Mother Earth is everything, oil industry must go. And then you have what I think are just people who are just pure and plain, absolutely stupid people. Just really dumb, low intelligent, stupid people.
I'm uncomfortable with you saying that.
I don't care.
I know that you.
I've dropped all pretense of being nice.
That's not helpful. By the way.
These anti-oil populist people, their brains could not possibly be larger than a kernel of corn. It's not possible. These people are idiots. They hate the oil industry. They don't understand what drives our economy. They're full of envy, and they're stupid. They are genuinely stupid. So you've got the hard left, which is ideologically driven to worship Mother Earth and get rid of the oil industry because it's the #1 purveyor of global warming. Then you've got the anti-oil populist people whose brains are so tiny you can't see them on a microscope. And these two factions have united. And if they're successful, people like Bonnie's husband and many others will end up losing their jobs.
And it's powerful. I would say that this is not just toss-up. This is a hard... Parnell's really going to have to change. He's going to have to change in this way. He's going to have to make his case. He's going to have to tell us how he governs, what he wants for Alaska, how he's going to get us there, and what that means. Now, he starts with a 53-47 positive, because that was the vote we just took on oil. And people have to know, if Bill Walker gets in there, it's Sarah Palin, game on. I mean, there's just no question.
First thing he'll do, raise taxes.
Well, no, he can't raise taxes by himself. He's still got Republicans to deal with, but he will set a tone.
All you got to do is do what Palin did.
You are in trouble.
You're a corrupt bastard if you don't raise taxes.
Well,
it's not hard to do, Glenn.
83%
Yeah, but you got
approval
you
rating.
got the media.
She could do anything.
You got all the Democrats. Look, if a governor really wants to use his bully pulpit and say, "Hey, Mike Hawker, you want to keep taxes low? Are you a corrupt bastard?" Most politicians are not courageous enough to stand up to that.
Now, what would you say if he came in here? Because he said that Bill Walker, if Bill Walker came in here and said, look, I will accept whatever the state says about Proposition 1. If it's yes, then we go back to ACEs. We try and figure out how to make it a little bit better. If it's no, well, then I'm going to live with that.
Do you understand Bill Walker's position? The reason we don't have a gas pipeline is because we haven't made them build it. And when you get them in a corner, like a cornered rat, we'll sue them. That's his plan. That's his strategy.
Well, see, I've never agreed with you on this.
That's what he says.
And we've had huge battles about it. The oil companies have never said that if a gas line existed magically, if $65 billion came from the ether, appeared magically, built a gas line against all the environmentalist lawsuits, if this magical thing happened, they've never said that they wouldn't put gas into it, ever. They've never said that.
Well, how's that irrelevant to our conversation right now?
But you keep saying that he would have to sue them to get them to put the gas into it.
I'm telling you that he believes the reason we don't have a gas pipeline right now is because we've not been strong enough with them. We've not strong-armed them enough.
Yeah, that's just not true. We haven't.
You don't believe that's what he believes, or you believe that's not a fair characterization?
No, I think he wants to be much more tough with the oil industry, although that isn't the way he said it on my program, and this is the big disagreement that I've had with him, and why I really want to have him back on. I'm looking forward to more conversations with him. Is he said, look, the oil industry doesn't have to build this.
I'm thinking of banning them. I'm thinking of banning every anti-oil populist caller, guest. These people are too stupid to talk to.
Disagree. I think they're very smart. I think they know what they're about. I think they're very smart. I think they know what they're about.
You're on with 1080 KOAN.
Big news. Sprint's offering the hottest deal in wireless. Switch your whole family up to 10 lines to Sprint and get unlimited talk, text, and 20 gigabytes of high-speed data to share for only $100 a month for your whole account. It's double the high-speed data of the other guys for a family of 4. Verizon and AT&T charge $160 and T-Mobile charges $100, and they just give you 10 gigabytes. But with Sprint, you get 20 gigabytes. That's 2 times the data. To make it easier, we'll even buy out your family's contract up to $350 per line. The Sprint Family Share Pack. Only $100 a month for the whole family up to 10 lines, including unlimited talk and text on America's newest network. Simply put, it's the hottest deal in wireless. So come into a Sprint store today.
Ends 9/30/14. Coverage and offer not available everywhere. Subject to credit. New line porting includes taxes, surcharges, roaming, international, premium content. Price promo through 2015. After 2015, also pay $15 a month per line access charge, $350 via Visa prepaid card, and requires online registration. Comparison is to 10 gigabyte high-speed 3 and 4G plans for 4 lines. Other data options available. Prohibited network use rules, prioritization, and throughput reduction applies. Comparison includes additional 2 gigabyte Sprint and 1 gigabyte Verizon data promos. Restrictions apply.
If you're looking forward to movies, there's just one place to go. Check out moviesak.com.
Find movie showtimes for Anchorage and the Valley at moviesak.com. Check out trailers and reviews updated daily. Moviesak.com, your local location on the web to find out everything you need to know before you go out. Register for free movie tickets that are given away every week and the grand prize of movie tickets for life.
You know, there are many people in Anchorage who have their own special place for gifts for occasions like Mother's Day or birthdays, anniversaries, whatever. Into Bell's Nursery and Gifts they go. And there's always something perfect. Bell's Gift Shop on Specking Road has a truly incredible selection of unique, creative gift ideas. Crystal, glass, and china and flatware, a wonderful kitchen section, candles, lotions and potions, and of course delicious C's candies, and lots more. Great for browsing or finding that special gift. The gift shop at Bell's Nursery on Specking Road.
Hot Talk KOAN, man.
You're on with Fagan and Biegel. 1080 KOAN, 9 a.m. on the Talk of the Valley, KVNT.
$647. I think Glen's disappointed in me. because, Glenn. The difference between Glen Biegel and Bonnie Cameron is that Glenn, he cares about his country and his state and the world. I just kind of spout my views.
So you're saying you don't care?
I don't really care. I don't really give a rat's ass. I see something, I say, that seems true to me. And when I see something stupid, I say, that looks stupid to me. That's just kind of how I roll. I don't really care about outcome. I don't care about results. I'm just giving you my thought, right? Mm-hmm. Glenn, everything he says is calculated. He wants to manipulate behavior. He wants to make things happen a certain way, and that makes you a much better person than me.
No, I want to communicate with people in language where they're going to keep listening. That's really.
I don't want them to listen.
I know you don't, and you're doing a great job. So just keep it up. There are a lot of people who are glad that you are so upset. You are name calling.
I'm just saying they're stupid. The oil did not understand that when you go to war with the number one industry in your state, that you are either a masochist, suicidal, or stupid. Those are your three options. To think that taxes don't deter investment, to think you can continually take a sledgehammer to the knees of the oil industry, it will not affect your economy. Glenn, I'm sorry. I'm just not interested in arguing with somebody who's making such an asinine point.
Well, but that's what we're here to do. We're here to argue.
I'm done with it.
I'm going to continue to discuss with them because we have history on our side. It's not like the verdict wasn't in with ACES. But we knew what ACES did. ACES got rid of investment in the state of Alaska. I want to know that because I want them to feel comfortable enough to come and tell me.
But that's my point, Glenn. It was so obvious.
They don't know what you know. If they knew what you knew, then they would agree with you, Dan.
They didn't believe
it.
The oil companies are lying.
Didn't believe it.
Sean Purnell's lying.
We've got to make the case. We have to make the case that our state can be saved.
When you are so incredibly stupid, as these envious anti-oil popular people are, reality is not a part of their brain. You can't make a case with these people. It's our oil. That's all they know. It's our oil. It's our oil. That's all these idiots know. You can make case after case after case. It goes in one ear, out the other. All they can transmit out of their pea brain is it's our oil. And you can sit there and you can talk about ACES and you can talk about the investment going away, the fact that Alaska missed out on the boom that almost everybody. You can show fact after fact to these people. They're never going to get it because their brain are the size of a pea. They are full of envy and they hate the oil industry. And all they know how to say, they know one language. It's our oil. And I'm tired of talking to these clown towns.
It is very difficult to discuss something of such importance with people who want to simplify things. It's our oil is a meaningless phrase. It's always been our oil.
It's a great tagline, though, and for the low information people, that's all they hear.
But see, I totally disbelieve that we are not a 60-40 state. This vote came out 53-47. Next year, when we have more oil in the pipeline, we will be a 60-40 state.
Yeah, but will that work by November?
No, it won't. We're going to have Sean Parnell's going to have to be a big candidate, and we're going to have to come together. And just as the left has given us humility, and they've decided to partner, this is the greatest threat to just as Prop 1 was a huge threat to the continuance and the economic security of our state. Your husband would have lost his job.
Body's husband,
the very next day. Yeah, not your husband. You're what kept
I haven't come out.
Body would have lost his job the next day had we not voted no on one.
And people say that's just a fear tactic. No, it's realistic. It's happened before. We know people who were laid off before when the taxes went up. It would have happened.
They told them not to come back. I mean, it's not like they're playing a game here. They are making decisions based on a very rational belief if you want us and you think it's a win-win scenario, we'd love to do this in the state of Alaska. If you don't like us and your 47% ends up winning this election, we understand. It's fine. We're the oil industry. We'll be just fine. There's lots of places to develop oil all across this country.
569-1080, 569-1080. We'd love to hear from you. But Glenn, back to our original point that you and I are at odds on.
You wanting to call people pea brains, but then you went on to explain why it's irrational for people to look. The yes on one is that simple.
Is there any doubt in your mind that the people who sat on O.J. Simpson's jury were the 12 dumbest people on the planet? Is there any doubt in your mind?
No, there's plenty of doubt in my mind. I think there's lots of people who are foolish.
But my point is that was the most open and shut case in the history of criminal justice. ACES. There has never been a stronger case against going to war with the private sector than ACES.
I agree.
And you still got 47% of Alaskans. Not all of them are. I don't mind the Hollis Frenches and the Lascaras. I totally get the guys who want to kick the oil industry out of the state and be a national park because they're greenies. Those guys are brilliant. I don't blame them at all. I'm not. My heartache today is not with the left. It's with stupidity. It's our oil crowd. These people have one excuse for their decision making, and it is stupidity. It's ideology. It's not that they want to worship Mother Earth and think global warming is the greatest threat to mankind. It's stupidity. These people are genuinely stupid.
Well, look, genuinely stupid people are very easy to lead. That is,
I don't think they are.
No, genuinely stupid people are very easy to lead because all you got to do is one of two things. You need to hate this group. Here's the group that you need to hate.
They've already chosen
it's a very common, very simple human emotion. So hate drives them. And if you don't get to hate, then you just you basically leave it with them with other information. Look, I'm not worried about the stupid people. They've never won elections. What I'm worried about are people
join
like
forces with other people.
I think Eddie Burke's savable. Now you may not, and I don't know whether you do or not, but we had a conversation here, and he was the most intelligent, even though I still think he was wrong. Conversation about Prop 1. I think Eddie Burke is savable, and I think next year, when there's more oil in the pipeline, if we turn aside,
why would an already open and shut case?
And it wasn't open and shut.
Well, sure it was.
They said last summer that the downturn because of all the maintenance was the cause for a level production. There are a lot of people who are convinced not to get more oil in the pipeline, that this tax difference is not a big enough difference to make the oil industry come back. There are a lot of people who are convinced that this is not the right situation. It's not true that people are just saying, I don't want the oil industry here. A lot of people are saying, I want the oil industry here. I don't think Senate Bill 21 is going to do that. So I am always hopeful, and I know that we have to have a 60-40 state. I believe that there are 40% of people now who have been brought up in the public education system who are convinced corporations are bad, just in general. They have seen so many movies that show that corporations are evil and that the government's good, corporations bad, government good, corporations bad, government good. There are a lot of people in the public education system who are generally low information people, and they just need it simplified for them. It's our oil. So, look, I think there are a lot of people in that camp. There are a lot of people who want this to be a state park. There are a lot of people who think profit is the four-letter word. And if you're getting profit, you're saying blank you. That is, so there. I don't think that's more than 40%. By the way, if it is more than 40%, we're in permanent, eternal trouble.
Can I take a slice of that 40% and identify them as stupid when they really are? Isn't that fair to do?
Well, tell me what the stupid. Tell me the attributes of the stupid people.
It's our oil people.
People who want it so simple. That is what look. We called them the same thing. I just didn't use it. It is reduced to absurdity.
The brain,
right? It's
not
simplifying things to the point at which
at a
it's
very
absurd.
high level.
It is an absurd statement to say it's our oil, so leave it in the ground. Because I know you don't want to say the second part of it, but the second part of it's what you mean. if it's our oil, since you don't have a shovel, you don't have a drill, you don't have an oil company, you don't have a pipeline, you don't have anything to get the oil out of the ground, and certainly you're not going to make a profit doing it if you run it at the state level.
But here's why
our oil is because
the Hollis Frenches and Les Garrett's of the world who want to see Alaska National Park, they're playing the It's Our Oil crowd for the fool. They're pretending like they're really just looking out for Alaskans, but they're not looking out for Alaskans. They're looking out for Mother Earth, their God.
Okay, well,
and It's Our Oil crowd is like, oh, I'm that. Yeah, it is our
Here's my question to
They're
you.
being played.
I think after the It's Our Oil crowd sees more oil in the pipeline there, that many of the It's Our Oil side will say, I was wrong. I was wrong on Prawn. I'm so thankful for it.
I don't think people full of envy can admit they're wrong.
Okay, well, we'll find out. I mean, I don't know. But I think you're right. There are a lot of people for whom there isn't going to be any saving grace. That if we have more oil in the pipeline, what they'll say is, yeah, well, they're stealing from us. And that they'll just move on to issue number 2 or issue number 3 or reason
will never be
4.
right in their eyes.
There are some people in the It's Our Oil crowd, and they're blinded by that hatred.
Stupidity.
They're blinded by the hatred. By that hatred.
Stupidity.
They're blinded by the hatred.
BTY Dental is pleased to announce their grand opening in Anchorage. With multiple locations, they're the most conveniently located dental practice in town. They accept TRICARE, Denali Kid Care, and most forms of insurance. BTY Dental is always accepting patients. Several different methods of sedation, including ideation, with ease through your treatment. BTY Dental also offers wisdom teeth extractions and implants, as well as a full range of restorative dental treatment. BTY Dental accepts same-day appointment with hours open from 8 to 8 p.m. It's never easier to schedule. BTY Dental is looking to change the world one smile at a time. Starting with yours. With several locations throughout Anchorage. BTY Dental is here to give you information. Visit btydental.com or call 333-6666. Now that's 333-6666. Come now.
Hot talk all day. Hot talk every day. 95.1 FM. 1080 AM. KOAN. Anchorage.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. Did the U.S. taking out a top terrorist? The Pentagon's trying to figure that out after an airstrike in Somalia. Fox News Radio's Rachel Sutherland in Washington.
They've seen U.S. officials tell Fox News a nighttime drone strike in northern Somalia targeted the leader of al-Shabaab. The Pentagon's not confirmed Ahmed Abdi-Ghadain's death, but officials who talked to Fox are confident he's been killed. The leader of the terror group orchestrated the attack on Westgate Mall in Nairobi, Kenya almost a year ago, killed more than 60 people. The drone strike was several civilians in custody, accusing them of spying for the U.S. government. Dave.
President Obama faced strong criticism for saying he didn't have a strategy to stop ISIS militants in Syria. Before a Pentagon official tells Fox the rise of ISIS
Okay, what do you mean we got to log off? What does that mean? I'm closing my window.
We don't have good internet today, so.
I thought we were going to have. Oh, is
They're
it?
supposed to come by Friday. I don't know what happened.
We were supposed to get a new studio.
Yeah, that happened.
I don't know what
Did
happened.
you notice?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Very
really
different.
Nice. Wow. Okay, join Hangout.
Bonnie, you're awful quiet over there.
You guys are doing really good.
Okay, am I in the new Hangout? Wait, I gotta mute.
You gotta wait till he invites you.
Well, I can see Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie.
Should I?
Okay, well, I'm almost here. Fagan, Bonnie is video calling you.
One minute.